Hola, buenos días.
Buenas tardes, buenas noches.
This is Barb.
And this is Estella.
And welcome to
Cafecito
and Crime. So today we are going to be staying with the Halloween themed, spooky kind of theme. And I researched the story of a young lady that was going to bring us over to State College, Pennsylvania.
State College?
That's
the name of the city?
That's the name of the city.
Huh.
Yeah.
And it's a college city.
It's a college city.
Okay.
But the actual city is named State College.
That sounds like it's a college city, I'm assuming.
They have a college there, but it's State College, Pennsylvania. And so as you can tell, the story will be brought to you by me today. Excuse me if I'm a little nasally. I've been a little bit sick these past few days, but I'm trying to work through this.
Yep.
How's your day been?
I've had enough.
My day was,
You've had enough también?
I've had enough of this whole year.
You've had enough since last year. You've had enough of this year.
Yeah. You know what? It's been almost a year in November that I've had enough.
Yep.
I've had enough of this shenanigans.
I've had enough for you.
For me. Yeah. So if you would like to listen to our Having Enough and also about today's interesting spooky random facts, go ahead and grab your cafecitos.
And let's get started.
So we are, like I said, going to State College, Pennsylvania. So fun fact about State College, Pennsylvania is that it was ranked number 1 as the least stressful city in the United States.
I need to go there.
Okay. Were we just talking about that?
Yeah.
By Psychology Today. That's the name of the article.
Yeah.
As well as the AccuWeather. You know AccuWeather?
We're just talking about the weather.
So apparently, if y'all don't know my sister here, she's obsessed with the weather. So every time she talks to me, it's about the weather.
I don't know what
did you know it's going to be cold? Oh, did you know it's going to rain? Oh, did you? And it's like, so then today I finally said, dude, what is it with you and the weather? And she's all like, I don't know, I just love the weather. I'm like,
no,
okay.
It's weird. I guess because like in Houston, obviously we don't have seasons like we're supposed to have seasons, right? Especialmente this year. I mean, obviously it was like hell on earth aquí in Houston. And I know
I think estaba más caliente otros años. No, I'm lying.
No.
Sí estaba bien caliente.
Maybe for like a little bit, but this was kind of like todo el pinche summer.
Yeah, todo
estaba bien
summer.
Pinche caliente a la verga.
Estaba bien caliente, güey.
And we couldn't even record here.
Dude,
and that was the first time.
No llovía at all.
Yeah, I think that in combination. So I think since then I'm like, bitch, why is it so hot? Bitch, where's the weather? Bitch, where's the rain?
You've been doing this for years, though.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Not as much as now, but I just get so excited when it's gonna rain, and then it's so exciting that it's actually gonna be like cold sooner than it usually is here in Houston. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So she gets excited and she tells me about it.
And I tell my friends in the group chat, and then we all talk about it.
Wow. Anyway, so AccuWeather, as we were talking, is the world's, as you know, largest private weather forecasting service. And it's originated as the base in State College, Pennsylvania.
Really? Yep. Interesting.
Yep. According to AnnetteYorks.com.
Huh. Pero
why did I stand by figures? I have no idea.
Pero ¿dónde exactamente está? I mean, this college city.
The State College, Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
It's in State College, Pennsylvania. It's in Pennsylvania.
I know, babosa, pero I mean, I'm close. Like, is it close to like Pittsburgh or algo así, or you don't know?
No, I don't know all that.
Oh, okay.
You're asking too many questions.
Okay, I was like,
I mean, this right here, I don't even know how I even came up with this. So
you don't even know how you found this spot.
I don't even know how I got to this spot right now.
Yeah.
So
how you even made it that far?
Yeah. So we're gonna just continue.
Okay. Thank you.
So the story begins in South Korea, in Seoul to be exact. We were in South Korea. We were in Korea last. Was it the week before my last episode?
Okay,
with Yoshi.
Yeah.
That he came.
No.
Yeah.
Was it? Did he come from Japan? Yeah, he came from Japan.
It was from Japan. So Asia, basically, is what I meant. Sorry about that. That's not what I meant. So we're going to Seoul, South Korea.
Yep.
And this is where Hyun Jong-sun was born in February 25th of 1980.
Okay.
She grew up with her parents, and I believe she had a sister and a brother. And she was very bright. And as we all know,
what happens to bright people?
We're all bright.
I gotta watch out for you, bro. And then you have to watch out for me.
No, I think that we're not that bright because otherwise, you know. I mean, I have enough shit happen to me, dude.
We're too much of a bitch.
Yeah. No, I'm going to tell you what happened today. I really do think that I need a pinche limpia, like straight up.
And that's weird because you don't really believe in that, you know?
I don't, pero I feel it.
Yeah.
Because, okay.
Something has to get done.
And I know that you guys don't need to listen to this, but you're going to have to because it happened to me.
Because I've had enough.
I've had enough. Okay. So today, my job, every year we have a walkthrough. People come in and they make sure that they ask questions, you know, like
the higher ups.
The higher ups and shit. Like, they take you take like a little test or whatever.
Un little quiz.
Sí,
and stuff.
Quiz, sí. Y entonces te preguntan como, hey, you know, what do you do when you have to
so and so
do something or do this or that? And so then I'm chilling or whatever. And then my manager is like, go with her to the room because she has to go in the rooms and look at the rooms. For anybody that doesn't know, I'm a medical assistant, so I work in a clinic. So tell me why I walk in, this lady has her computer, like her laptop like this.
The higher up. Okay.
Y me va a empezar a hacer preguntas y todo, right? And so she puts her computer down on a Mayo stand. A Mayo stand is where we put our instruments when we're doing like, you know, some sort of procedure in the office.
Wait, Mayo, is this the same people from the Mayo Clinic?
Kind of like the Mayo Clinic.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
We've talked about the Mayo Clinic before in one of our episodes. Didn't we?
No me acuerdo.
Anyway, point of my story is this lady puts the computer in a Mayo stand. So if you don't know what it is, es como un tray y tiene patas.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Okay. A stand.
Pone la computer ahí. She's about to start asking me something. Se le cae la computer.
Okay.
Y la estrella toda la computer. Like, it's straight up like, se estrelló toda la pinche.
Yeah.
So then she's standing there and I'm like, she's like, as soon as I started talking to you, this happened to me. I'm like,
bro, it's not me.
Like, it made me feel like, kind of like, oh
you
my
have
God.
bad
Like,
vibes.
I need a pinche limpia. Like,
bro,
¿dónde está la hierba buena?
It's not you, though.
Bro, I don't know. Because then after that, I'm like,
it was her.
I'm sorry. Like,
why did you apologize?
Because I don't know. Because that's what I do. I have anxiety. And so then
I never fucking apologize for nothing.
Dude, I was like, I feel like, oh my gosh, I really do need una pinche limpia.
Barbie,
¿Dónde está la hierba buena?
It's not you. It wasn't you. It wasn't you.
Really,
maybe it was her. Maybe she crossed the black cat. Maybe she broke a mirror y ahora se le quebró la pinche computer.
Maybe she didn't know that it was going to rain.
Or maybe it was that cheap ass stand.
No, the stand estaba puesta mal. Yo ya le había dicho a la persona que put it together.
Oh, okay, so it's the person who put it together fault. Who's that person?
I just felt like I was
blame
like,
her.
No, it's me. I was like, I have bad luck.
No, you don't. Stop it.
Know. I was just like, but anyway, a mí todo me pasa. Soy bárbara tragedias. My dad me dice.
Maybe you just need an exorcism.
I do. Oh shit, I forgot about that. I do.
That's like a level above limpia. Like that's just
limpia is like down here. Exorcism is like. Pff.
Por eso, is that what you need? That's what I'm like. Yeah. This is way beyond.
No. Ya no, la hierba buena se quema and shit.
No,
you don't even need. I need like.
You need like un pollo muerto, así como.
No the pollo muerto.
You need to pluck the chicken.
Bitch, not the pollo
They do
muerto.
that, no?
Sí, güey. I don't know.
I'm basing this off movies, pero bitch, let's get back to the case.
Anyway, so back to the case. Mm-hmm. Just want y'all to know, what do y'all think about me and do I need a limpia, yes or no? Anyway, so she was born in 1980, like I said. She was very bright. She wanted to get a good education. That's something that she had established since she was little. So when she was 15 in 1995, sus papás dijeron, you know what? Let's go ahead and get you west to move to the United States to get you a better education.
Mm-hmm.
So
just like Joshi.
Yeah, just like Joshi. Mm-hmm. So she was actually moved here with her tia and her uncle and her tia.
And they were already here?
They were already here to Springfield, Virginia.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
So this is where you say you didn't apologize, how?
I meant it. I don't apologize when I don't need to apologize.
That's true. So anyway, so this is where she started going to high school. And her friends at this point started calling her Cindy Song.
Why?
Because it was easier for the Americans to say Cindy than Hun Young Song.
Okay, I get that.
We get that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel like the ladies at the nail shops, they do that también, ¿verdad? Se ponen como like nombres que la gente puede decir. Yeah.
Which I get that, pero I mean...
Like, they shouldn't have to, you know?
No,
like,
I don't like that.
Like, I would want to say your name the way that your name is, you know?
Well, I mean, and then people are going to butcher it y todo eso. Like,
yeah, maybe, that's what I'm saying.
We get butchered all the time.
Gorusquieta? I mean...
Our last name is...
Like... It's just Estela G. That's all you need to say.
Like whenever I know that it's my kid's turn, because they'll start, I'm like, it's over here.
And there's people that do try to say, or a lot of people, they're like, hey, how do you say it, before they even try to pronounce it? And then after I say it, they're like, and they pronounce it, I'm like, oh, you didn't do that bad, you know?
My daughter says, it's not hard. You just have to try. You know, it's not hard.
I think it's very intimidating.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty long, so.
12 letters.
I mean, yeah. And there's like a million of us.
What were you saying? Why do you have to have so many you?
Oh my gosh. Don't get me started on that story.
Anyway,
because that will make another 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So while she was in high school, she was very active. She played tennis and she was also in the track team.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She excelled in school, as we know.
And I always wonder, I'm like, how do these students, I feel like we've talked about in a lot of the cases, and we hear about in other cases where they're like straight A students and they're into all these activities. I'm like, how do you have time?
I don't know.
To do all your work, to do all this stuff.
I can't.
And I'm like amazed.
No idea.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't have time for shit. And I have a lot to do, but I'm like, how do you?
There are not enough hours in the day where you can like get enough sleep and actually, so you can function the rest of the fucking week.
No, I need, like, maybe some people don't need that much sleep, because I need at least 12 hours.
Yeah, because I know I've heard of some people that we see that they're like, oh, I'm good with 6 hours.
I can't. 6 hours, my ass.
Maybe when I was 20?
No, not even when I was 20. I've always liked sleeping. There's no way. I like naps. I love all that shit. No. Anyway, so she excelled at school and she decided that she was going to apply to Pennsylvania State University. Okay. So that's the biggest university that's at College State City. Yeah. I said it wrong. State College, Pennsylvania. Tiene the school there, which is Pennsylvania State University. She majored in integrative arts, which combine engineering, communication, and science.
Damn, bitch. You go, girl. I'm gonna snap like you do. You're like, why did I snap? Yeah.
Pero lo que pasa es que the cool thing about this is because it kind of gave her a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So it was like communication. She had the arts. She had a blog that she would talk, that she would like write on. So she loved that. She liked photography. Like she was very artsy.
So she could go in a lot of different career paths.
Yeah. She could. She was like, she could do anything at that point.
Wow,
so
that's
she
awesome.
She was taking a lot of classes and she was very focused. She wanted to make sure to graduate in 2002. By this time. So she's all like, I need to be disciplined, because she wanted to graduate. She came here for a reason, right?
Right.
So ella vino a trabajar y a hacer sus studies, what she wanted to do. So she, like I said, she did have a blog and she spoke about love and arts and film and music and photography and dancing, like all the little cutesy stuff. She was very, very into all the artistic. Yeah. So she was accepted into Pennsylvania State University and she got her bachelor's in fine arts. So that's where she started. But then from there, she was going to do
different degrees.
That's correct. She had two part-time jobs.
Bitch, how do you have 2 jobs and do all of that?
I don't know.
I barely had 1 job when I was in college.
She did 2 part-time jobs. And one of her jobs was at a Soul Garden restaurant.
Cool.
Yeah. So she was already kind of doing something that had to do with her culture and that kind of thing. So Cindy loved being in America. She loved America.
It sounded like
she worked really hard and she was also doing so good in school.
This is going to make me sad already.
Yeah. Her friend stated that she was a beautiful person inside and out, and she was only 5 feet 1 inch tall.
She was tiny.
Black hair, and she only weighed about 110 pounds. That's how much my dog weighs. I just realized that.
And he's 2 feet tall. But he's a little bit longer.
He's a little husky. So she did have a few groups of friends along. She kind of was like she wasn't really friendly, but she had like close-knit friends that she would kind of hang around with the most, along with the boy by the name of Richard Shea. They fell in love and they even moved in together.
Oh, shit.
And this was a big step for them because, like I said, they were in the college, scene thing, pero, they were going to move in together, and they did. They moved into a campus apartment, and the apartments were called College Park Apartments. I think that's what it was called, but I put Start College.
Like Tony Stark?
Like Start.
Oh, Start.
Yeah. So a few months passed, and Richard and Cindy had some hard times. So they didn't really live together for a while. They just kind of were having a patch of roughness. So
like kind of like the honeymoon stage was over.
Kind of was over and they broke up.
Okay.
her friend said that Richard actually was the one that broke up with Cindy. And Richard packed his bags, and in September 2001, he moved out of their shared apartment.
Okay.
So Cindy was only 21, and she did have a long life ahead of her, but the breakup did shake her. Like she really liked him. She really liked him, and she was really happy. And I think it's harder for a woman cuando él es el que hace la decisión y que he packs his shit y se va.
Well, yeah, and then even that, they obviously, I'm sure they got the apartment together. So if she was just gonna get stuck with all like the bills and stuff, like
I
se largó and shit.
Pues no sé, pero the good thing was that she was very sad, heartbroken. She went through depression. She went through all of it, but she did get a new roommate.
Okay.
So she found it didn't take her long. Thank God.
Yeah.
And her name was Yoon June or Catherine.
Okay.
Or Catherine. So Cindy was going to therapy.
Okay.
And she was taking some medication and writing in her blog and kind of like about her relationship.
Getting her feelings out.
Getting herself together and mental health. A few months after. Wow.
Oh, salió el British accent.
Because a few months after her breakup, it seemed like Cindy was doing a lot better. She had a lot to look forward to. She bought a new computer. She applied for a spring internship. She was going to see Britney Spears the last week of October.
You know that was for the Oops, I Did It Again album.
100% was for the Oops, I Did It Again. And prepared to go out for Halloween.
Okay.
So she was going to go out and she was ready to party, right? So this Halloween in particular fell on a Wednesday. She had classes the next day, but she didn't want to miss out on the opportunity of going out with her friends.
Right.
So she's like, you know what? I need a breather. I've been working really hard. Been kind of just...
Been going through it. I just need a distraction.
I kind of need to just get away.
Yeah.
So she needed to loosen up and kind of have a good time. Mm-hmm. So her and her two friends, Stacy Pike or Puck, something like that, and Lisa Kim decided to go out to the Players nightclub. This is a place that is known like the biggest like area there
for the college town.
To the college.
Yeah.
Y eso era donde iban todos los muchachos to the club. That was like the one that everybody would go to.
Yeah.
Right? Her roommate, Catherine, did not go with them that night because she was out of town visiting her family in Philadelphia.
Okay.
So ella no estaba. It was a costume party. So Cindy made her own costume. She was dressed up as a bunny rabbit.
Oh, she's crafty too. I mean, she's into the arts.
So her friend said that she rather dress cute instead of sexy. So she was wearing like a baby pink shirt with the white tennis skirt. I'm guessing from when she played tennis in high school.
Yeah.
And she was wearing pink bunny ears and her hair was down. Or I think it was down. And then she had the pink shirt. And then she was wearing, they named knee-high brown boots.
Okay, yeah.
And she did have a fluffy tail on her skirt.
Oh,
yeah.
Cute.
So the ladies had a blast. They partied until they closed the place down. Dude.
Oh, hasta las 2
de la mañana.
Yeah.
After that, the girls left and they went over to one of their friends' apartments that wasn't too far from there to play video games and hang out. At 4 a.m., they grabbed some food at a corner store on the way to the apartment and they dropped off Cindy. So Cindy got home, according to her friends that dropped her off at 4 a.m. Okay. After that, they saw Cindy get off, but they didn't wait for her to get into her house.
Okay.
Ellos nada más la miraron que se bajó. And then
they're like, okay,
they didn't watch her go in the door. They just drove off. Okay. So that could probably be the last sighting that anybody had of Cindy.
Okay.
In the afternoon of November 1st, Cindy's roommate came home. And Catherine from visiting her family in Philadelphia. And she expected to see Cindy because they were planning to catch up when she came home. They were probably like, hey, cuando venga platicamos todo lo que pasó.
Tell me how the party was,
how
to go with your family.
But she wasn't home. She said that when she got there, Cindy's door was locked.
Okay.
In her room.
Cuarto.
Mm-hmm. Her house was locked. The front door was locked, and then her door in her bedroom was locked.
So she thought she was there.
She figured that she had gone to work or something, and she just went, and she's like, you know what? I'll probably see her later.
Do you know if that's something that she did? Like
yes.
She locked her bedroom? Okay.
Yeah, so she would, I mean, you never know. People break in and stuff. Yeah. It's a college.
Yeah, for sure.
So then she said, well, maybe I'll just see her later. By this time, it'd been 2 days.
Oh, la verga.
Yeah. And Cindy was not back. And her room continued locked.
Yeah.
So not that no one didn't care about Cindy. It was just the fact that no one lived with her. Everybody was off campus, so everybody would go and come in their area.
They lived off campus, so it's not like they did it. They lived on campus.
Exactly. So all of her friends lived on campus, so ellas iban a la school y todo eso, so no miraban casi a Cindy.
Yeah.
So cuando la alcanzaban a ver era nada más cuando de pasada
or when they were having classes or on campus together.
Exactly. So no one really noticed that she...
At least not right away.
Not right away. So they started to worry on Saturday when the restaurant called asking for her because she had missed her shift.
So this would have been on the third day, entonces, ¿verdad?
Yes, the third day.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So her friends did notify the police, but the police didn't really do much about it because it was a college student and the lead detective, which was Detective Sprinkle. No joke, that was his name. And it was until two days later after they had already called. So it took them in total
like 5 days. 4 or 5 days.
Yeah. So in the morning of Monday, November the 5th is when they actually finally went to the apartment.
Yeah.
And so nothing was out of place. Everything was in place.
Everything was still como
ella lo había dejado. They opened the door. Everything was exactly like she had left it. She was just gone. Nothing was suspicious.
También en su cuarto. Abrieron su cuarto.
That's what I was about to go to. Nothing was suspicious upon further investigations. There was no sign of struggle, no forced entry. They had no proof that Cindy had gone anywhere. So the only thing... There was proof that she did go into her apartment, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay, I was about to say something different, but go ahead.
So she did go into the apartment because her backpack was on the bed that she had the night of the party with her cell phone inside of it.
Okay.
Okay.
I was thinking here, de seguro nunca llegó o nunca alcanzó a llegar from when her friends dropped her off because her room was still locked. That's what I was thinking.
Pero no, sí llegó. And not only that, but they also noticed that her lashes that she was wearing that night were at the sink.
So she did make it home.
She made it home and she made it in her room.
Yeah.
Solamente que she was gone. She poofed, gone. Not only that, but still till this day, they cannot find her costume. The bunny ears, the everything that she was wearing,
else.
Nothing was there.
Oh, shit.
So she made it into her house because, bro, when you take off your lashes, girl, you're done.
The best feeling on the planet. And then nomás te quieres lavar la cara and then you just want to fall asleep. Yeah.
So then they were like, well, entonces, what is going on? Like, where did she go? Did someone call her? They checked her phone. There's no activity on her phone.
She wouldn't go anywhere without a phone tampoco, right?
Exactly. They checked her credit card. Nothing. I mean, there was no activity on the credit card. So
she literally just vanished.
She just literally vanished. Not only that, her purse and wallet were gone.
But her
backpack was there.
So she had both of them cuando salió.
Yes.
Okay.
So it seemed like she took out her wallet and her purse, I'm guessing, and she just grabbed it and left, but there was nothing on the credit card. Like nobody had used it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So nobody had sent her an email. She had never seen anybody send her back an email. Like nothing. There was nothing.
That could kind of point to where, para dónde fue.
Yeah. According to lead detective Sprinkle, basically he says, and I quote, it looked like she just vanished into thin air, like a ghost, straight up. So they started to investigate, and obviously they started with the closest people. So they called her family in South Korea to give them the bad news. And he started to interview them on the phone, including her friends and even her ex-boyfriend. I mean, they checked everybody. Detectives speculated that she might have had gone back out of her apartment to go across the street to a grocery store that was open 24 hours.
But I thought they had already done that.
Exactly. So that was my thought, but that was their speculation.
Okay, but I guess they investigated, so they know what maybe.
Her friends did say that it was not unusual for her to just go at any time of the day to go to the grocery store.
Or en la noche
porque estaba abierta. So she would be like, oh man, I need know, water. Y se iba, you know? But there was no usage again of her credit cards.
Did she carry cash?
They don't know.
But they can track cash, so.
Not only that, but do you think that they had cameras there?
I would hope so.
No.
It's 24 fucking hours open.
Yes. they had a VCR ¿cómo se llama? VHS?
Yeah.
So all it would do, it would tape, and then it would tape over itself.
Oh, okay.
And then tape
So record over itself.
So by the time that they went to look for it, it had been so many days que ya no había.
Pero también nobody that worked at that little store, no, they don't remember seeing her?
I mean, come on. She was wearing freaking bunny ears. Like, you would remember somebody. Yeah.
What did I say? A costume?
A costume?
A costume.
My son would say costume. So her friends, one more thing was that they did speculate that she could have been involved in drugs because of some of her entries on her blog where Cindy stated that she had previously experimented with ecstasy and weed. Mm-hmm. But her friends were like, no, there's no way. We know Cindy, she would never have anything to do with that.
Like going hardcore on them and stuff.
Yeah, like she tried it, but she had experimented, but it wasn't like she was addicted or anything.
Ahí quedó.
Her family just then also started to speculate that maybe she had left or maybe she harmed herself because she was so depressed.
She was having a hard time with the breakup?
But her friends were like, no, Cindy was taking her medication. She was doing her therapy.
She was fine. I mean, she was doing...
Not only that, but she was looking forward. Whenever the detectives went into the room, she had her concert tickets there.
She had... Plans.
Yeah. She was looking forward to the concert. She had a computer that was going to get delivered in a few days. Like, she had just bought her computer and she had just had a great night with their friends. There's pictures out there of her if you want to look her up.
We might post them on the Instagram
which we will. And, there's pictures out there of her and she's wearing her little, bunny ears and she's smiling. Like, why would she be like, seemingly, I wouldn't think that she was having a hard time.
Yeah. And I feel like if maybe she was, her friends would have noticed if she was, when you're out and you try to seem like you're having a good time, but I think people sometimes can tell.
Yeah, like, are you okay? Something wrong with you? If you're always like happy and all of that, that happens to me all the time. Even like when I go somewhere, or even you, like, you okay? And I'm like, no, I just don't feel good, or whatever it is.
I feel like her friends would have been able to tell if she was, know.
They knew that Cindy, wouldn't have done that. There was no way that she would have either hurt herself or se hubiera ido nada más sin avisarle a nadie.
Yeah.
Detective Sprinkle said that he knew that she was planning stuff, so he knew that he at one point was like, you know what, you're right. There's no way that she would have done that. You know, but they did believe that she was abducted and harmed at one point.
Yeah, for sure.
So the family and friends, along with the police, did search a wooded area close to the campus and found nothing. They did hear from an incident that happened in Philadelphia in Chinatown district, around 200 miles from where Cindy's apartment was. A woman stated that she heard another woman matching Cindy's description that was being forced into a car, and she was screaming and crying for help.
Oh my God.
When the witness actually looked over to what was happening, the man that was taking her yelled at the witness to leave.
Oh.
Yeah. But obviously, because she was Chinese or Vietnamese or Asian, basically, that didn't mean that it was Cindy. Mm-hmm. She just had characteristics looking like her. And when they did pull up a picture of the guy that supposedly she saw, nobody had ever seen anybody like that. And then the lady that had said this statement kind of started lying and stuff. So it kind of turned into something that was not true.
Yeah.
According to the lady, it was an Asian male with olive light brown skin complexion and medium length hair, but the man was never found or anything. There were just so many inconsistencies, so they had to take that off the table. They did have another tip for a sighting of Cindy, even someone stating that they had seen her on The Price is Right.
Let's take a quick break.
Persons of Interest is back, and it's bigger than ever.
That scream will echo in my head for many years.
Taser! 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 He's gonna shoot!
Oi! Shot fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
Stay out! You gotta go on you!
He had the perfect aim.
I am absolutely stressed at that point. I have no idea where my officers are.
Persons of Interest available everywhere you get your podcasts.
Okay. I mean, it's better than no tip, I guess, They can follow up on it. Did they pull up that episode of The Price is Right?
Yeah, it wasn't her.
Okay.
Yeah. And obviously that went nowhere. They did offer $27,000.
Wow,
that's quite a
good
bit
chunk.
of change, for information about the case, but it went cold. Nothing.
Oh my gosh.
Cindy's family was in America trying to help search for her. Her mom stated, and I quote, "I wake up every day thinking and hoping that it's not real." She's really she was really distraught, and it actually took them time to get here to America, because it's not something you just fly on a plane. It's not like you're going down the street. No, like it takes time. And then
I'm sure you said it was 2001, right?
Yeah.
In October, and it was already up, and September 11 had happened a month before or something. So I'm sure it was like hard to travel. And
That's
stuff.
true. I didn't even think about that. You're right. So they were giving access to the apartment. Excuse me. By the time the family arrived to the U.S., it had been 2 months.
Oh shit!
Since Cindy was missing, and no one had been paying for the rent of the apartment, and the locks were changed on them, so they weren't even. So
Catherine, Catherine se fue, or she left, or she moved out.
She probably got mad.
She probably got scared.
Scared or spooked, and she's like, dude, I'm leaving. I don't know what happened to my friend, so I'm just gonna go. Nobody's, and the thing is, the saddest part is they didn't even get a chance to get anything out of hers that was Cindy's
for her family.
For her family, yeah.
What the hell?
And then the police, I heard somewhere that the police was a little bit upset because they said that like the Asian community that she knew had gone in there and they cleaned. And they had organized her room or something, but
get things out,
no, just to organize it, I guess. And I think that's like a culture thing, because one of the young ladies that I was watching talk about this case, she actually says that's normal for us. That just means that our family loves us and they want us to come back to a clean home. And so then, but the investigators were like, "Oh, y'all touched it now.
It's contaminated.
Y'all fucked it up. Ya le cagaron el palo or whatever."
Yeah.
So I don't know, but that was one of the comments that they had made. But the family was not happy on how the investigators were taking care of the case. They only, literally there was no leads. There's nothing, nowhere. And then at one point the detective did talk about, basically saying there's nothing
we can do.
What do you want me to do? Basically, there's not a case, there's no body, there's nothing. I guess it's not that they didn't, I guess como que no le pusieron tanta atención like the family wanted them to.
Like you said, I guess since they were like, okay, any leads that came our way, they didn't lead anywhere. And now we don't have any leads. So what now?
Yeah. So what they did was that the family was saying, hey, you guys are not taking priority on our daughter because she's Asian. They started pulling the whole, she's Asian, she's a minority, she was an immigrant because she was here on visa, and
Student
you guys
visa. They don't care.
Not that they don't care, but they're not putting that much effort into it.
If it was like a white American,
definitely, or a
woman, or
a U.S. citizen. So the family got their own lawyer. They actually got a lawyer from New York, and along with the support from the students, because when I tell you that they rallied so many students to help them, I'm talking about students were putting pictures of Cindy everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm saying they even made a whole ¿cómo se llama? Un group, and their priority was to get Cindy's face out there. They were just concerned about that, and they were like, the more that we can put her out there, the faster we'll find her. Not only that, anything. But not only did they have the support of the students, they also had the support of the Korean consulate, and they just started blasting her everywhere.
That's awesome.
The police did start to lose hope, though. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It happened. So what they did was that something that happened in another one of our cases, they looked into a psychic.
Okay. Yeah.
So they went into, her name is Carla Baring, something like that. She was on multiple TV shows, and she said that when they brought her in, she stated, and I quote, "The first time I came up, I'd seen 3 to 4 men that were with Cindy. So I knew that she was abducted, and I knew it was sexual in nature. And I am just seeing her just being loaded into this vehicle. Then I see it wasn't very long before she crossed over," end quote.
Like crossed over us and she passed away.
I'm guessing they killed her or whatever. I'm not sure. She didn't give any names. She didn't give a lot to the police, so the police couldn't go based on
anything that she said
at all. Yeah. After that, once again, it goes cold.
Yeah, because there's nothing much that you can do with that.
And that was the thing. The police kept saying, we have nothing. We have no body. We have nothing to investigate. Leads. There's no leads. There's
nobody
nothing.
Saw her. Yeah. Nobody saw anything.
So in June of 2003, a man by the name of Paul Weekly. Okay, este vato, he's a piece of work, bro.
Like a piece of shit?
Sí, a piece of shit. He said he had some tips, girl. Dijo,
was he in jail? Was he in prison?
He was in jail. How'd you know? So, and I feel like these people that do shit like this, it kills me because you know why? It's like you're giving these people hope to find their family member and you're a fucking liar, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know? Let me tell you what happened. So this is 2003. So this brings us for how many?
Like over a year?
Over a year already. And so he was convicted of burglary. And he told the police that he was going to give them some information about Cindy. Okay? Cindy's disappearance. In order to get a reduced sentence. A reduced sentence for his crime. The story that he said involved a serial killer by the name of Hugo Solinsky. And it also involved a pharmacist by the name of Michael Kerkowinski. It's Kerkowski.
Close enough.
Okay. According to what Mr. Paul here said, now let me tell you a little bit of backstory about who Michael Kerkowinski is and Hugo. Michael K. So Hugo, he was a serial killer, so he was already like a ¿cómo se llama? Un criminal, right?
Yeah.
Pero Michael was known because he was a pharmacist that would take the medications que he would prescribe or whatever he would give in his pharmacy y las vendía. So he was doing like underground shit.
Remember that documentary that just reminded me of that documentary that you told me about, actually, the pharmacist, about that guy.
I love that fucking documentary.
That guy in Louisiana that he literally goes through all this stuff to find who gave his son drugs that he actually ended up dying. That's a good, if anybody wants to watch it, it's really based on a true story. It's really good. It's called
really
The Pharmacist.
The Pharmacist, yeah. So then this guy, he was known for that shit. So ya andaba en mierda, you know?
Yeah.
According to Paul, the two men, which is Hugo and Michael, were driving, chilling, thrilling, and they were actually driving and they saw Cindy walking and they had mistaken her for a prostitute.
This is what Paul is saying.
Paul, the guy that is
already in jail
for burglary. Yeah. Okay, I'm just saying. So dice que la miró y que les dijo, hey, you know what? Let's go pick her up. Okay. So they picked her up from the area.
From wherever she was outside, I guess.
According to him, outside, but he didn't specify where. Nomás dijo que por ahí. Afuera. And they took her home, to Hugo's home. And they imprisoned Cindy, and they assaulted her numerous times. And according to him, they put her in a vault. Like in a, I guess it was called like a big safe. Like a safe, yeah. A walk-in freezer, like a vault walk-in type of shit.
Yes.
Y que la dejaron ahí hasta que se murió.
They put her in there alive?
Alive. They assaulted her y la pusieron ahí and then she died. Now, the police was like,
do you have any proof?
Yeah, like, what the fuck? And he also said, besides that Hugo killed Michael and Tammy Fassett, which is the girlfriend of Michael.
So Hugo mató a su accomplice and his girlfriend.
Okay. Y los mató because Michael wanted to keep Cindy's bunny ears as a souvenir.
And then Hugo was like, nah, I'm a professional. And even though we usually do that, we cannot do that in this case.
No, but the thing is, they were like, okay, well, how did he know about the bunny ears?
That's true.
So then they're kind of like, okay, maybe he has.
Was that not?
Let's follow up. But
was that not something that they had put out there?
That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
So according to Paul, there was at least, according to him, around 13 people that had been killed by Hugo, and that the allegations were that the people were buried in Hugo's backyard. Okay. So the police did go to Hugo's property to verify this information, right? Mm-hmm. And they did find at first 4 bodies.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Pero Hugo ya estaba en la cárcel?
Hugo ya estaba en la cárcel.
Okay.
Y este güey was like, hey, I'm going to give you some info. You know, that's where we're at. So las 4 bodies sí las encontraron.
Oh, shit.
And 2 of those bodies was of Michael and Tammy.
Oh, shit.
So the police is like, dude.
We have something.
We have something.
We might
here.
have something.
We might.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, when Michael dead, and then Hugo was probably like, this motherfucker's stupid, I'm not saying that shit. They were like, well, how do we verify if this is true or not? Yeah. So they did go along with it and all of that. Hugo, according to what Paul said, Hugo had killed them along with 2 other well-known drug dealers. Y él los mató a ellos. So the reason that, according to Paul, Hugo did that was for $60,000 que le debían.
Okay.
Okay?
Is that the 4 people that they found?
The 4 people that they found.
Okay.
Now, the thing is, guess what happened? Paul started changing his story.
Pinche Paul.
So at this point, they're like, okay, is this even true, bro? Like, what's going on?
Because you're not giving us anything Cindy related. Yeah, what you said was true about Mr. Michael and his girlfriend and the 2 drug dealers, but where does Cindy fall into this? Where is Cindy's body?
Oh, and not only that, but they asked him, why did they pick up Cindy? And he said, oh, Michael said that he was into Asian girls.
Okay.
That's the only reason that they picked up Cindy.
And they thought she was a prostitute or a sex worker.
According to her.
Yeah.
Sex worker. Say it right. Anyway, so after that, they did follow once again. Like, okay, well, maybe there's more bodies. You never know. He's saying that there's more.
We already found some, so let's
did keep digging, and they did find more bodies. They found 7.
11 en total or
11 en total.
Wow.
And to the unfortunate disappointment, but sadly, but a disappointment that to the police, none of them were Cindy. Yeah.
And her family, like,
now,
pobrecita, su familia.
Exactly. At this point, they're like, okay, well, did Michael move her body? Like, what happened? Like, there has to be something out of here.
And then Hugo was not talking?
No. Hugo said, fuck them. I'm not saying shit.
Okay.
Which, to be honest,
fair.
Fair. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
At this point, he's like, okay, let's look into this. How is it that this girl is connected to these gentlemen? How is it? There's no connection.
It's just a story that he came up with.
Paul had downloaded quite a few of stories about Cindy, enough to be able to get some information out of it so that he can make up the story. So he figured he can use it to reduce his sentence.
Because they did find part of his story was true.
Yeah.
But not the Cindy part.
Not the Cindy part. After that, the police didn't have anything to say, hey, this is exactly
what happened
or, whatever. Then they were like, okay, well, maybe Paul had something to do with it, and he's just using them as somebody to kind of blame. But there was no connection. Like, there was absolutely no connection. There was no way that they could have met up. He said that they had seen Cindy was not even in the same area of what he was saying. He just
was talking out of his ass.
Talking out of his ass. And anyway, both Paul and Hugo are going to be in jail for the rest of their lives. They were already taken care of by the cops, but this leaves the question: what happened to Cindy? That is where we leave our story today.
What?
There is nothing. Unsolved. There is nothing out there. I'm talking about time has been like everywhere. There's been articles. There's been everything. And no one can find anything. The thing is, like, I can't believe there's like not even a speck of like maybe a hair. Like, I don't know. Like, at this point, I'm just thinking, out loud, and the sad part is that, now all that the family is left with is just a picture of a reminder of the last time that Cindy was seen alive, and it was on Halloween night. So all they can do is every Halloween they get reminded that they don't have their Cindy. Like, they're never going to find out, or will they ever find out what happened to her?
I think, I don't know. I don't have kids, so I don't know. But as a parent, I'm like, do you want to know, or is it worse to know? Or is it worse not to know?
I feel like because I am a parent, and I feel like, and I don't know if there's anybody out there listening that feels the same way as me. I want to know, because I want to know that no one is hurting them still. Like if they're still out there, then I want to protect them. And if they're out there and I'm not there, I'm not protecting them.
Yeah.
You know? So that's how I feel. So
I can't believe that to this day nobody knows. Is this case open?
It's an open case, yes. So if anybody has any information, please contact State College, Pennsylvania Police.
Put the information in the notes and the episode below.
Yeah, and if y'all I just sounded real Texan, huh? If y'all
again,
if y'all decide to look her up, the picture is just so heartbreaking because she's wearing her little,
and that's the last time.
That's the last time.
She never got to change.
She never got to change.
Out of that,
they said they looked through everything to find her costume, and there was nothing. Yeah. So that is my last story of the Halloween spooky season. Oh my God, can you believe it's over?
I don't know what time is.
I don't know. I really don't.
It's going. It's gone.
It's gone. And thank you for all of our supporters. Anybody that supports, anybody that downloads, thank you so much. You have no idea. Sometimes it's really difficult to balance everything, especially for me. I'm a working mom and I'm a dog mom, and most of the time I'm trying to live my life in 2 days because that's all I have time for. But we really appreciate it. Your comments push us a lot more.
Yeah.
Thank you to our cousins for listening to us.
Yes.
So if you are listening and you don't follow us on Instagram, you can find us at
Cafecito and Crime Pod. And again, like Barbie says, or like I say, I guess every episode now, you can download our episodes. You can
download our episodes.
Leave us a review.
Let us know if you like the weather too.
Yes. Let us know how the weather is where you live.
Yeah. Let us know how your weather, is it sweater weather?
Is it caldo season?
I don't know. ¿Hay cafecito o no?
Cafecito's every
season.
Is a state of
I'm
mind.
telling you that if it can be 100 degrees and I'll still drink coffee, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think and have a good Halloween.
Bye.